Welcome to Steelers Talk. I am your host, Jack Sperry, and today I'm going to be answering your questions on the Pittsburgh Steelers here as we really kick things going into the 2024 offseason. I got your questions on the NFL draft, free agency, and even some trade rumors coming up here in just a second. But first, make sure you guys click that subscribe button to join the most interactive Steelers community right here on YouTube, 100% free. Every single week on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our live shows, and you can get your questions on these mailbags. So really do appreciate all of the support. And if you want, we really do try to keep you guys involved in every way that we can here to have your voice heard. So if you want to get your voice heard on the channel here, make sure you guys click that subscribe button and join us for our live shows every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, so let's start with Chase Talks Steelers. $5 super chat says, random question, if the Steelers get Justin Fields, what number would he wear? Because isn't number 1 retired? And I was thinking number 2 would look the best. So yes, number 1 and number 0 are numbers that the Steelers do not give out. So he could not wear number 1. And I actually agree with Chase here that I think number 2 is probably the best secondary option there. Now, people have thrown out number 11. I don't hate number 11. Coop likes number 11 personally. I think I would like 2. I think he'd look pretty sweet in the black and gold. Wearing that number 2, I think that'd be freaking awesome, man. I'm not going to lie. Then we got one from Timmy Locklear, and he says, we need a center. The play was not up to the Steelers' standards, and I couldn't agree more. And I actually think the big question is not whether or not they're going to replace Mason Cole. I think that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. I think Mason Cole's going to get cut. But how are they going to replace him? Are they going to get a free agent? Are they going to draft a rookie? Are they going to do both? I think that's going to be a very interesting question to see how the Steelers answer that. And honestly, if I'd have to guess, I think they're going to go to free agency. Aaron Brewer, the center from the Tennessee Titans, that was there when Arthur Smith was there in Tennessee, is available, and he's still pretty young. He's a very good center. I would expect Aaron Brewer to be a name to watch out for here as a potential free agency target at the position, but also in the draft. Jackson Powers-Johnson, Cedric Van Pran, Zach Frazier, all of them are great in terms of, I think, starting capable centers heading into the league here via the draft. So absolutely, got to make a move. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. Then we got one from this Mike Tomlin guy, and he says, what are your thoughts on potentially trading for Brandon Aiyuk this offseason? It's not going to happen, all right? Brandon Aiyuk may get traded, but the chances of him coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers are practically zero, all right? Because, I mean, we already have a guy like Brandon Aiyuk in Diontae Johnson. Now, you can make an argument Aiyuk is better than DJ, but it's like if you're getting rid of Diontae, that means that he's just not a good fit in this offense. And I'm not sure Aiyuk is a great fit in this offense either. I think he's maybe a little bit underrated as a run blocker. I think he's better than Diontae Johnson in that regard. But I'm not sure if that's really a great fit here in Pittsburgh. And they're going to want insane compensation after the year Aiyuk just had. And I'm not sure the Steelers are going to be willing to give that up. So what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comments section. Would you replace Diontae Johnson with Brandon Aiyuk this offseason? Now, keep in mind, you're going to have to give up quite a bit of draft capital to make it happen. So give me a yes or no down there in the comment section for today's pinned comment. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by giving me a yes or no. Then we got one from my man, Jacob Wizarak, a Gold Club member, $5 super chat, says, what do you think about bringing in Eric Bieniemy and Mike Vrabel as some type of assistants if the Steelers have room and create a super-like coach staff? So I would love it. I like Eric Bieniemy. I like the mentality that he brings. I think that he would provide a nice maybe alternative viewpoint from where Arthur Smith is coming from, because they run very different styles of offense, and they could maybe mesh some of those ideas together to kind of create the best possible system. And then Mike Vrabel's a great leader, man. It's like bringing in Brian Flores to be the linebackers coach. It's like, I don't care what role Vrabel's in. He's going to really have an impact in terms of the leadership that he has in the locker room and the players that he's developing. So I would love to bring in either one of them or both of them to the staff. The only question is this the spot that they want to go and coach in 2024? But in terms of my answer here, if they want to come coach here, absolutely. I'm all open arms. Then we got one from Damian Roy, my man. And he says, Justin Fields equals Cordell Stewart 2.0. Where is the lie? I mean, he's way better as a rusher than Cordell Stewart ever was. He's got a stronger arm, in my opinion. So I kind of see where he's coming with on that, but I do think Justin Fields, especially in this offense, where Arthur Smith's going to be able to use him in very creative ways in the QB run game with the two good running backs. You get a new tackle, a new center. I think this could be the best run game in the National Football League. And then you put Justin Fields in a quarterback-friendly system where he's not going to be asked to do all this crazy progression stuff that he was asked to do in Chicago. It's going to be like 1 to 2 reads, and he's going to be able to be decisive and throw the ball down the field, which is what he does best. So I think Justin Fields is an excellent fit here in Pittsburgh. I think it would actually work out if he ended up getting traded here. Now, of course, there is a little bit of risk there, but I think he'd be probably a little bit better than Cordell Stewart. All right, so now go down to our friends here at Fanatics, and they're currently giving you guys a fantastic deal on a TJ Watt t-shirt on sale for their off-season deals here on their website. Just go to chatsports.com/TJ to get this awesome TJ Watt t-shirt today. Guys, I'm telling you right now, TJ Watt is pissed off after not winning Defensive Player of the Year this year, after he clearly deserved to win it. And the last time that happened, this guy broke the freaking NFL sack record. This guy's going to be coming into 2024 with a vengeance. You're going to want to be rocking that t-shirt on Steelers game days this year. You can get it right now before they run out in your size. Go to chatsports.com/TJ to get this t-shirt in your closet right now on sale on the Fanatics website. Then we got one from Trey Hendo. He says, what would you trade TJ Watt in exchange for Justin Herbert? Oh my goodness, man. Are we talking about TJ Watt trade rumors again and Justin Herbert? I mean, there's nothing that annoys me more than TJ Watt trade rumors and Justin Herbert trade rumors. And this guy combined the two. But, okay, in the fairy tale world, where Los Angeles is saying, we'll give you Justin Herbert for TJ Watt. Am I taking that deal? Yes, I'm taking that deal. All right, TJ Watt is one of the most expensive edge rushers in football. He is getting older, and Justin Herbert plays the most important position on the field. He's locked up to a long-term contract, and he's got the type of talent that could compete with a guy like Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. It's the most important position. All right, so if you're asking me if I'd take a star-level quarterback over a star-level edge rusher that's older than the quarterback, absolutely, straight up, I'm taking Justin Herbert. Now the thing is, there's no way this ever happens. All right, the Steelers are not trading TJ Watt. The Chargers are not trading Justin Herbert. But in this fairy tale scenario here, would you trade TJ Watt in exchange for Justin Herbert straight up? Type T if you're trading him, or type P if you're passing on it on Justin Herbert for TJ Watt. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so make sure you guys like today's video if you're a real one. With the way the YouTube algorithm works is that the more people that like a video, the more it pushes it out to other Steelers fans like yourself. So if you want to help our channel grow today, I'd really appreciate it if you click that thumbs up icon and help out our channel. All right, so now we got Kermit is my God here. He says, if Justin Fields pans out, what will the contract situation be like in 1 to 2 years? It's going to be $50 million plus. Okay, so it's going to be very, very expensive. All right, but if Justin Fields works out, he's worth that money. All right, he's the best rushing quarterback on the planet. He's got a super strong arm. If it works out, that means he's playing well in Arthur Smith's system. All right, so if everything is panning out, he is actually worth that $50 million price tag. As opposed to Kenny Pickett, if he pans out and he becomes the decent game manager type quarterback that he's capable of becoming, is he really worth $50 million? No freaking way. All right, so we need to get somebody in the building that's actually worth that kind of money 2 to 3 years down the road, and Justin Fields is definitely the type of guy that is worth that kind of dough heading into the future. Then we got Kevin the Elder God, $5 super chat here, says, I continue to see Fano and Fuaga slide down boards. Could you see the Steelers trade up for one of them, or is it only center cornerback at 20? So it really does depend on what they do in free agency. If they pick up a free agent tackle like a Trent Brown or Mike Nwenu or something along those lines, they're not going to really need to make a big move at the top of the draft for a tackle because you already have Broderick Jones. And honestly, I would rather them go out in free agency and get a tackle as opposed to drafting another one, because this offensive line is going to be very, very run dependent. All right, and I don't know if I want 2 rookie / second-year offensive tackles on the bookends of my offensive line with that kind of system. I'd rather have a nice veteran on one side and then a developing Broderick Jones on the other. I don't want two developing guys on either side of the line. So I don't think tackle, I mean, you never know. It depends on what they do in free agency. If they don't get a tackle in free agency, they absolutely have to get a guy in the draft. But at the end of the day, man, it's really going to depend on what they do in free agency. Then we got one from Emo Steeler. He says, in order, which QBs would you most like to see as the quarterback of the Steelers this year between Pickett, Fields, and Wilson? Number one, this might surprise some people, Russell Wilson. Vet minimum contract, experienced in the playoffs, Super Bowl champion, was a top 10 in passer rating last year, top 5 in touchdown percentage. The guy can still play, all right? And he's one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League. So I'll take him first, because he gives the Steelers what they need, and it gives them opportunities in free agency that other quarterbacks just don't give them. Number two, I'll go Fields because of the potential upside of having a guy like that running your offense. Third, Pickett. I do not want Pickett as the starting quarterback of this team next year. If he is the quarterback, I'll back him. I'll support the team. It's not like I'm going to stop doing this show if Kenny Pickett's the starting quarterback. I just don't think there's a future there, and I think we're wasting our time if we roll it with Kenny Pickett again. Now, do me a favor here. Rank these quarterbacks down there in the comments section. All right, which ones, in order, would you like to see as the next quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. For me, 1 Wilson, 2 Justin Fields, 3 Kenny Pickett. Give me your answer down there in the comments section. That'll be it for this week's mailbag, guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button and join us for our live show every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to have your voice heard right here on Steelers Talk.